Your dog may never be able to speak the words "I love you," but the truth is they are saying it all the time. They are speaking to you constantly, just not in a language that human ears are used to hearing. Hidden inside every nudge of a wet nose, every lingering glance, and every heavy, sleepy sigh at your feet, there is a quiet message waiting to be understood. If you have ever looked at your dog and wondered if they truly see you as family, or if you are just the person who opens the cans of food, the answer is already right in front of you, written in their behavior. We are going to uncover 7 of the deepest, most profound compliments a dog can give their human. These are small gestures that carry massive emotional weight. If your dog does even just one of these things, you aren't just someone they live with, you are someone they trust with their life. By the time we are done today, every tail wag and every moment of closeness will mean more than you ever imagined. Let's begin with a behavior that you have likely seen 1,000 times but perhaps never realized was a strategic act of love. You have seen it before. You are sitting on the couch relaxing after a long day, or maybe you are working at your desk. The house is quiet, and there is your dog lying on the floor. But they aren't just lying anywhere. They have positioned themselves specifically near the doorway or in the hallway between you and the rest of the house. They aren't fully asleep. Their ears are swiveled, their eyes are half open. They are just there, watching. At first glance, it feels like nothing, just their favorite nap spot on the cool floor. But that placement is not random. That is positioning. In the canine world, where you rest says everything about who you are protecting. You have to remember that our dogs, despite their cute collars and plush beds, are descendants of animals that were both predator and prey. In their ancient genetic code, resting never meant fully letting your guard down. It meant staying alert for the safety of the pack. When your dog parks themselves between you and the entrance to the room, or between you and the front door, they are not just resting. They are acting as a sentry. Studies in canine behavior show that dogs choose resting spots based on field of vision and escape routes. But when that spot is calculated to be a barrier between you and the outside world, that is not just instinct, that is deep affection. It is their silent way of saying that if anything comes through that door, it has to get through them before it can ever reach you. That isn't an accident. That is loyalty quietly placed right at your feet. Some dogs even do this while you sleep, picking a spot by the bedroom door not for comfort, but to be your first line of defense. When your dog guards the doorway, they are guarding their heart, and you are right inside it. But guarding the perimeter is just one way they show their devotion. This next compliment happens when you are moving, and it proves that you are the center of their universe. Have you ever felt like you have a shadow? You get up to walk to the kitchen for a glass of water and you hear the click of claws behind you. You move to the living room to grab your phone and they are right there. You head to the laundry room and those paws follow without a word. It isn't just curiosity, and it certainly isn't boredom. This is devotion in motion. We often joke about our dogs being clingy, or we call them Velcro dogs. But there is a biological reason for this that is incredibly touching. Dogs are pack animals to their core. In a wild pack, the members stick together because separation means vulnerability. But in a pack, the most trusted member, the one who provides safety and direction, always gets followed. Not because they demand it, but because the others feel safest when they are near. When your dog follows you from room to room, even for the most mundane tasks, they are saying something powerful without making a sound. They are saying that where you are is where they belong. Behaviorists call this proximity seeking. It means that the closer they are to the one they love, the calmer their nervous system becomes. Your presence is literally their anti-anxiety medication. So when they follow you, it isn't about controlling you or begging for treats. It is about feeling grounded. Even if they just sit 3 feet away while you fold laundry, or lay quietly near the pantry while you cook, they are anchoring themselves to the person they trust most. That presence, that quiet loyalty, is a massive compliment that most humans miss. They are choosing your company over solitude every single time. When your dog follows you room to room, they aren't just tracking your movements, they are chasing the feeling of home, and you are their home. If that idea touched your heart, this next behavior might explain something that usually baffles dog owners. It happens when you aren't even in the room, and it says more than words ever could. You leave the house for work or maybe just go out to run an errand. When you come back, you find your dog sleeping on your dirty laundry pile. Or maybe you find they have dragged your unwashed hoodie into their bed. Or perhaps you catch them curled up on your side of the bed right on your pillow. It might look silly, or even a little gross to us humans. Why would they choose a pile of gym socks over their expensive orthopedic bed? But this behavior is one of the strongest signs of emotional attachment in the animal kingdom. To understand this, you have to understand that dogs navigate their world through scent. Their sense of smell is thousands of times more sensitive than ours. To a dog, your natural scent, not your perfume, not your soap, but the real biological smell of you is the most comforting perfume in the world. When they lie in your dirty clothes, they are doing more than just finding a soft spot. They are practicing scent soaking. They are surrounding themselves with the one thing that calms them down when you are away. Scientists have found that the part of a dog's brain associated with reward and pleasure lights up like a Christmas tree when they smell their owner. It triggers a memory of safety and love. When your dog sleeps in your shoes, your used t-shirt, or your empty spot in the bed, they are saying, "You aren't here right now, but this smells like you, so I am safe." It is a coping mechanism for their loneliness. Older dogs especially do this more often because as their vision or hearing fades, their emotional world becomes even more focused on scent. It is how they stay connected to you across the distance. So the next time you find dog hair on your black sweater or find them napping on your jeans, try not to be annoyed. Be honored. They are trying to wrap themselves in you. They aren't making a mess. They are building a sanctuary out of your scent. This need for closeness and safety brings us to a behavior that happens in the most private room of the house. A behavior that often makes us laugh but is actually deeply serious to them. The bathroom escort. It starts as a joke for many dog owners. You close the bathroom door, and within seconds there is a nose sniffing under the crack or a paw scratching at the wood. Or if you let them in, they sit right there at your feet staring at you or facing the door while you do your business. We think they have no concept of privacy, and that is true, but they have a massive concept of vulnerability. In the wild, when an animal stops to eliminate, they are in a compromised position. They cannot run. They cannot fight effectively. It is a moment of danger. That instinct still lives inside your domesticated dog. When you disappear behind that closed door, especially into a room that smells of water and strange noises, their brain registers that you are cutting yourself off from the pack's protection. They worry about you. Behaviorists call this territorial monitoring, but it's really about guarding the vulnerable. When they whine to get in or push the door open to sit with you, it is not an invasion of privacy. It is active involvement in your safety. They are saying, "I have got your back while you are vulnerable." You might notice that many dogs position themselves facing outward away from you toward the door. They are standing guard. They are scanning for threats so you don't have to. When your dog insists on joining you in the most private room of the house, they aren't being rude or clingy. They are showing that they feel responsible for you even in, or perhaps especially, in your quietest and most vulnerable moments. But guarding isn't the only way they show trust. Sometimes the deepest compliment is the exact opposite of guarding. It is when they completely let their own guard down. This leads us to the sleeping position that signifies absolute 100% trust. Sleeping with their back to you. It can look like indifference. Your dog climbs onto the couch or the bed, spins a little circle to get comfortable, and then flops down with their spine pressed against your leg, facing away from you. No eye contact, no face-to-face snuggles, just their back. It is easy to misinterpret this as them giving you the cold shoulder. But do not be fooled. This is trust in its purest, most biological form. In the animal kingdom, your back is your blind spot. It is your most vulnerable area. You never turn your back on an enemy, and you rarely turn your back on someone you don't fully trust. When your dog rests like that, pressing their spine into your side, they are saying, "I do not need to watch you because I know you will never hurt me." They are handing you the security of their blind spot. But there is a second layer to this. Behaviorists call this defensive positioning. By facing away from you, they are positioning themselves between you and the rest of the room. They are watching the world so you don't have to. They are acting as a shield. Older dogs, especially those who have been with you for years, often do this without thinking. It becomes a rhythm, a ritual of shared warmth and shared defense. You might miss the significance of it. You might think they are just getting comfortable. But that position is packed with unspoken loyalty. When a dog sleeps with their back to you, they aren't turning away. They are leaning into trust silently and completely. Trust also manifests in how they share resources with you. This next sign might make you laugh or it might make you shake your head, but it is one of the most charming and misunderstood compliments a dog can give. Bringing you gifts. You are relaxing on the sofa, minding your own business, and suddenly there it is, a soggy tennis ball dropped in your lap, or a half-chewed rope toy, or in some cases, something they found in the yard that you definitely do not want. At first it feels like they just want to play, and sometimes they do. But look closer at the context. Are they dropping it and backing away? Are they nudging it toward your hand? In the canine world, possessing resources is a big deal. Food, toys, prey. These are things you fight for, things you guard. Sharing a prized object is not natural. It is a learned act of social bonding. When your dog brings you their favorite toy, they are offering you their prey. They are saying, "This matters to me. It makes me happy. I want you to have it." It is an offering. Whether it is food or a toy, dogs don't just drop things for anyone. They are sharing their wealth with the pack leader. It is an invitation to share a moment. Behavior experts call this social exchange. It is how dogs build connection. Gift giving is a built-in way of bonding. Even if the gift is a dirty sock or a slobbery stick, the intention behind it is pure generosity. They are engaging you. They are validating your importance in the pack structure. So the next time you get a muddy stick dropped on your clean pants, try to smile. It isn't clutter. It is communication. They are inviting you into their world and sharing their treasures with the only person they think is worthy of them. And finally, we come to the sign that is perhaps the most moving, the most heartbreakingly beautiful of them all. This is the moment that proves your souls are connected. Checking on you when you cry. It's quiet. You think you are alone with your sadness. Maybe you have had a terrible day or you received bad news. Tears are falling, or maybe you are just sitting in that heavy silence of grief. And then you feel it. A cold nose nudging your hand, a heavy head resting on your knee, a warm body pressing against yours. You didn't call them. You didn't make a sound. But they came. Dogs do not understand the concepts of divorce or job loss or heartbreak. They don't have the words for our complex human problems. But they are masters of reading emotion. Studies show that dogs can detect human sadness through facial expressions, body language, and even chemical changes in our scent when we are stressed or crying. When you are upset, they know. And more importantly, they care. What is remarkable is how soft they become in these moments. Even the most energetic, chaotic dog will often slow down, lower their energy, and become gentle. It is not random. It is comfort on purpose. Behaviorists refer to this as empathic responding. It is when dogs mirror your emotional state and take action to soothe you. Unlike people who might ask awkward questions or try to fix the problem with words, dogs just show up. They offer their presence. They offer their fur to cry on. Older dogs are especially sensitive to this. After years of living beside you, they are tuned into your micro-expressions. A shift in your breathing, a slump in your shoulders, they see it all. And when they come to you in those moments, it is more than instinct. It is love sharpened by time. They are saying, I see you. I am here. You are not alone. When your dog checks on you during a hard moment, they aren't just reacting to a noise. They are reminding you that you are loved unconditionally. And that might be the deepest compliment of all, because in their quiet, wordless way, they have said, you are my person, and I will help you carry this weight. Now you know the truth. Dogs don't need to speak English to say I love you. They say it in watchful eyes at the doorway. They say it in the silent footsteps that shadow you from room to room. They say it in the scent they seek out when you are gone. They say it in the way they guard your privacy and trust you with their blind spots. Each gift, each comfort in the dark, each gentle nudge when you are crying, it is their language. A language of loyalty, of presence, of a love deeper than most people ever realize. If your dog has ever done even just one of these things, you haven't just been a pet owner. You have been the center of a living being's world. I want to invite you to do something special to honor that bond. Go down to the comments section below and simply write your dog's name. Let's create a massive memorial of love, a list of the good boys and girls who make our lives whole. Tell me which of these signs they show. Does your dog steal your socks? Do they sit with you when you cry? I will be reading through them, because those stories remind us why dogs are the greatest gift we have. Thank you for watching, and give your best friend a hug from me.